What's up, everyone? So today we're back with another track breakdown. I'm gonna run through my track Comes Back Around. It came out on the first release from my label Roundhouse. So yeah, I decided to do this one because someone reached out to me on Instagram and asked me to do a track breakdown on this. So I'll run through it now. I'm gonna give you a quick listen first. I'll skip through some of the different scenes. I'll show you the build up on the drop, and then I will go through it bit by bit. So I'll start here. First pad comes in now. And then the little box vocal. So before we jump into it, if anyone wants to grab the packs, you can hit the link in the description. There's a free pack and there's one you can pay for there. If you get the one that you pay for, you get 50% off all future packs. So I have a video as well on the channel that you can see what's in it, just to give you an idea of what you're getting. So we'll start with the kick and the drum. So pretty simple. I'll just loop here. Strong kick sample. I have loads of samples like this in the bundle as well, so if you're struggling to find good kicks, I have a pack called Spaced Out Drum Shots, and it has a little folder just dedicated to kick drums. So there's like 50 kick drums in there. They're all solid. Yeah, so this is the drums. So I'm using an 808 from samples from Mars, drum rack, just the snare. Then I'm using the Lin drum, a Lin 60. And what do I have? Some snares and a tambourine, very simple. And then a 909, hi-hats and the snares. And then I have these two loops, so these are the loops sitting in the back. It's a bit dusty, that loop, so it gives a bit of an old school vibe and makes it sound a bit more raw. Then we have this loop, a bit more high end in there. I removed some of the frequency or some of the transients here. So if you see in my other videos, you see sometimes you switch that arrow. Usually it's like that. You put the arrow like this, and you can tame the loop a little bit more. I've probably done it with this, yeah, same here. So look, a lot of reverb in that, and I wanted to remove a bit, so I just pulled it down. See, I'll leave it at 78. I still want a bit of that reverb and dust in the back, just to fill out the drums a little bit more. Yeah, so that's the drums. I have this texture in the bottom. Yeah, so the drums don't really change much. We have this 4 synth coming in. It's from Go 2. It's really just, yeah, a little organ sound. Oh, there's a bit of a sequence going on here. Just 2 notes. Here's the pattern. Then the bass comes in, which is fairly straightforward. The bass is just same, 2 notes. Look, gives it more drive when it's just not too many notes going on, because it's not very melodic, but that's the vibe I was going for. So the 4 synth and the bass, and then the second synth comes in. That's just 1 note or 2. Just nice little layer over the top. And then we have this in chord 4, this effect. The organ is there. Let me see what I have on this. Yeah, so that's the chord I'm using. There's the pattern. You can see how I recorded that. I played that in myself, so you can see the way it's not, everything's not on time. Some of them are, but a lot of them aren't. See, the processing, it's from modular from Waves, but it doesn't sound like that dry, so I'll give you a listen dry. Let me just loop this for a moment. So this is it dry. Still sounds good, but now big difference there. And there I have this delay from Waves, and I have the gate compressor. So this is my little go-to organ that I made myself. It's very powerful. And then the EQ and a bit of sidechain compression. Sidechain to the kick. This little harmony coming in. This is from Blue 2. It's a pad. It's only 2 notes, or 2 note chords. You can see it there. Very simple. 8 bars. So there you go. Just adds a bit of tension and makes it sound more dreamy. Vox is an a cappella from Nervous Records. They reached out to me a few years ago and asked me to make an EP, but they kind of wanted me to use vocals, so they sent me this playlist they have on Beatport, and they have just a load of a cappellas that you can buy. Nothing ever came of it in the end. I wasn't really able to work well with them, but I still use the a cappella sometimes for a little vox like this. So yeah, just little slices. Look, very very simple. I just played that in on my MIDI keyboard. I was just jamming. It's just like and yeah, sounded good over the top. There's the processing. So we have delay from waves, we have the chorus, and we have just a little bit of EQ. I pushed the volume up a little bit with the utility, and I reduced some of the stereo field here on the width. Yeah, so that's it. And now a completely new scene comes in here. It's kind of an acid type sound, so you'll hear it now. Predator. That's the same preset I use in some of my bass lines in my Problem Solver track on Luke Van Dyke's label. I used this, but I got down a few octaves. I think I mentioned this in the tutorial that it wasn't a bass sound, but I went down with a few octaves, and yeah, just use things a little bit differently and you'll come up with something completely new. So just a pattern, but it's a sequence, so it's skipping a step and then it's going down 2 semitones. Then I think I have a pad coming in there, Predator again. Yeah, I have a pad with a bit of auto pan, so it's not taking up too much space down the middle, so it's kind of filling out the stereo field a little bit. You can do that, say if you want to add something and it's not really fitting in, try panning it maybe. I don't like putting, like, especially me synths, I don't like putting them hard left or hard right, so I like having them travelling between the left and the right, and there's still leaving room for the sounds in the middle. That sound here is just a little effect preset from, I think it's from Modular here, look. Yeah, and I just recorded the audio and probably manipulated it a little bit. So yeah, just to let the listener know there's a change coming. Coming back in. Brings that bit of tension, that euphoric kind of dreamy vibe. And the vocal again. There we go. There are the drums for the build up. Just before it pops back in, you can see the pattern there. The organ, and then bang. in one of my videos I was saying like you can take a different approach than what you usually do. Like you don't keep having to do the same thing every time you start a track, and this is what I done here. So usually before I would have always started with a bass, but in this track I started with the organ and the synths and stuff, and then the bass came later. So I remember when I started with this, I was able to fit the bass line in a lot easier and make it work with the organ. And it just goes to kind of makes you realise you don't need that many notes. When you start with the bass, you're kind of looking at the pattern. Well, I do anyway. I kind of look at it and I'm like, oh, there's not enough going on here, but there doesn't need to be. A lot of the best bass lines are kind of very simple and they're the most effective. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's the end of the track. The group, I have this warm up blows saturator, but it's actually usually it's on colour, but I don't have it on colour. I just have it on DC here, and it's just kind of saturating the whole. It's not like saturating the whole group. It's not like focusing in on this frequency or anything. And then yeah, look, I didn't usually I put a drum bus on and I have a lot of effects. I must have just forgot, but obviously didn't need it. I would have done it. I don't know why I didn't. I could have deleted it or something. I don't know what happened here because every track I do it. But look, it's out to the world now. People have played it. Sounds good. So there's no point in getting stressed about it now. And then I just have this Slam 2 plug in just to give the drums a little bit of a pop. There's not much going on. Not only a little touch. A little bit of flavour. Yeah, that's it. So we'll leave it there. Again, if you want the packs, hit the description in me, or hit the link in my description. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever you use, and yeah, let me know what you want to see, because someone reached out to me, asked me to do a breakdown of this. So yeah, tell me what you want to see and I'll try to get them done as soon as possible. Nice one.